In the back of the boat segment tonight, reality check, where we separate truth from fiction, straight talk from lies. We begin tonight with President Bush. This morning he said this about Iraq.
Violence is down to its lowest level since the spring of 2004, and we're now in our third consecutive month with reduced violence levels holding steady. General Petraeus and Ambassador Crocker caution that the progress is still reversible. They report that there now appears to be a degree of durability to the gains that we have made.
Also, there are reports that the remaining al-Qaeda leadership inside Iraq is relocating to Pakistan, which is giving terrorists safe harbor, as you may know. Now, I hope all of you are happy that America has turned things around in Iraq. A loss there would have damaged this country tremendously. You can make a legitimate argument that the campaign was not worth it from the jump. But good Americans understand victory is far better than defeat in Iraq, because Iran and al-Qaeda have been weakened. Once again, we applaud our brave military people in Iraq and Afghanistan. Check two. ExxonMobil made more profit last quarter than any company has ever made in the history of civilization. About $12 billion. That is $128 million a day, $5 million a profit every hour. Meantime, most Americans are getting hurt in this economy weakened by high oil prices. Something is very wrong, and our politicians are too frightened of the oil companies to check it out. Check three. The open border nuts take to the streets of San Francisco. What would Karl Malden say? It is hard to believe, but there are Americans who want to let every person in the world come to America without restriction, even criminals. And you are looking at some of those people right now. This demonstration was prompted by the anti-illegal alien group, the Minutemen, who traveled to San Francisco to ask Mayor Gavin Newsom to resign because 3 men were murdered, allegedly by a criminal illegal alien, which the city protected. Newsom has refused to meet with Danielle Bologna, who is now a widow and lost 2 of her sons as well. That shows you what kind of guy Newsom is. Not a good guy. Check three. There is a story out there about John Edwards that's disturbing, to say the least. The Factor's trying to decide exactly how to cover the situation responsibly, and it is not easy. But the situation is out there.
I'm sure you probably heard by now. I love this story. The National Enquirer caught former presidential candidate John Edwards sneaking out of his girlfriend's room at the Beverly Hilton Hotel at 2:40 in the morning. See, Edwards got caught because the reporters were there waiting for him. They were in the hotel waiting for him. See, they knew he'd be there. See, if Edwards didn't want to get caught, he should have met this woman at the hotel where John McCain was staying. There are no reporters.
All right, well, this is no laughing matter for the Edwards family, which is why many news organizations are holding back. Check four. Remember when Edwards said this?
And tonight, 200,000 men and women who wore our uniform proudly and served this country courageously as veterans will go to sleep under bridges and on grates. We're better than this.
Well, I immediately replied that Edwards was grossly exaggerating the situation, exploiting it for political gain. Now comes word from the Housing Department that the nation's chronically homeless population has dropped 30% down to 125,000. Of course, most of these people are addicted or mentally ill, and they do need help, which should be mandated, not voluntary, for public health reasons. Anyway, Edwards was full of it, and now the stats prove it. Check five. The hateful Daily Kos celebrated the news that journalist and Fox News commentator Robert Novak has a brain tumor. Scores of vile comments were posted, along with this one. Let's not give O'Reilly and his ilk any fodder. We don't have to change our opinions about Novak, but we can be classy about it. Go into the Daily Kos and see how classy they are. And finally, the ratings for July are in the TV ratings, causing a true reality check for CNN and MSNBC. Fox News ranked number 6 in prime time. That's among all cable channels. CNN 22, MSNBC 30, right behind the Tomato channel. Since I was off for a few days in July, I want to thank Laura Ingram, John Kasich, and Edie Hill for keeping the numbers up. Good job, you guys. And also, I want to thank you for continuing to watch us in a really big way, and we really appreciate it. And that is reality.